Hey everybody, how's it? Good morning. I got my coffee. I'm revved up, ready to go. I got to break out somewhere a little bit in a couple of hours. I got up this morning. I went through an older Patreon list. That list got really big for a while, and I'm thinning it out now. So this was one that I had on my list under Incubus. I haven't done Incubus since 2021. Funny enough, I did like 3 or 4 of them then, and then it went all 2022 and half of 2023 without doing one. So I said, I'm coming back. I am going to conquer some more Incubus. So this track comes from the 2001 album Morning View, and it is called Nice. What is it? Nice to Know You. So what an incredible journey this band has had. I have seen them popping up and doing numerous concerts, and they're just going for it. They're just nailing it to the wall. Fan base seems to be growing. And here on Spotify, I noticed it had like 7 million listens. So that's a big thing. That's a big number. Anyhow, I want to thank you guys for your support. Patreon, cup of coffee. Check me out on Twitch. I'm having a blast over there. I'm doing random requests, donation style requests. So there's some really nice, super sick VODs that are still up there from the last few sessions. And there's some actual heavy metal on some of those, let alone some of the video game soundtracks and stuff I'm doing. Anyhow, all those links are down below. Let's do this. This is Nice to Know You by Incubus. All right. Nice little swimmy, trippy dynamic to open it up. Get your head in the game. Like the little scratching they got going here, but it's based off of the sample, I think, of the performance here. Real cool.
Silver spoons, better than witnessing newborn nebulas in bloom. She sees from up high, smiles and surely sings. Perspective prize her once weighty eyes, and it gives you wings. I haven't felt the way
Nice.
I feel today. In so long, it's hard for me to specify. I'm beginning to notice how much this feels like a waking lamb. Pins and needles, nice to know you. Goodbye. 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 Nice to know you. To know you deeper than
Classic banging hook there, in the sense that where that all culminated, the goodbye, nice to know you, is the riff that actually was established by just the lonely bass line at the beginning of the track. And I love that because that really sets you into a pattern of recognizing something. Where it'll return back in the song, I don't know, kind of a vibe. But that meandering bass it opens up, which is that da 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 da, but is actually part of the bass line in the front line, as I recall. I loved that swimming guitar that gave us just this really quick, trippy sense, psychedelic sense of stereo. What a great voice. Trippy line. Geller is a very famous psychic that used to bend spoons and do some trippy things. So I was kind of getting into the lyrics going, oop, theater of the mind. And then it kind of pulled me away from the listening session. What a great throaty guitar sound. Just as raw as possible. And here's something else really quick I want to bring up about the drums. A lot of times there's a lot of isolation that happens in engineering of drums because by virtue of having a lot of mics. I love the fact that the overhead mics are just hot enough where you can catch the ambience of the hi-hat. of wherever the room is that they're recording. It's really nice. It's very subtle, but it's really super sick. That bridge section is unreal. When I got into that slidey acoustic guitar vibe, and I don't mean slide like slide here, but just the way it was swimming and stuff, and the two unique sounds they used from the guitars, you know, to give us that stereo dynamic. Love that section. It kind of pulled us back a little bit, gave us a little bit of that ethereal, transient, ambient vibe with a really nice melody. And then they come and hit us again, or for the first time with the hook, in a culmination of that riff, the bass line that was open. It brings back that familiarity. And then, of course, the hook, the actual melody itself. Just.
And the deepest custode ever go. And higher than the heights of what we often think we know. A blasted she who clearly sees the wood for the trees. To obtain a bird's eye is to turn a blizzard to a breeze. I haven't felt the way I feel today.
I love that. It just makes you glide. Nice chord.
I'm beginning to notice how much this feels like a waking lamb. Bits and needles, nice to know you. Goodbye. 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 Nice to know you. To know
So smoky, man. Just so chill.
But could it be that it has been there all along? Haven't felt the way I feel today. And so long it's hard for me to specify. I'm not
Great background vocals there. Oh, chicken skin. Look out. Like listening a little bit of that lingering ambience from the last little tom shot from the drums. I love the phrasing of the hook. You know, goodbye, goodbye, nice to know you. Goodbye, nice to know you. Goodbye. Slight little rhythmical play on that makes such a difference. The bridge was. I love the bridge. I love when musicians and bands take the liberty of if they're going to kind of like give us a little bit of a dose of like pre-chill before super chill. That the very both. Let me try to straighten this out really quick. Both pre-choruses had a really nice kind of phase shifting guitar that was happening on this side that was still keeping us in the swim. This bridge section kept it pretty straight. And so what was happening with the guitar and the recording and the sounds that we heard was a little more straightforward and stuff. And I think it was great that they chose to do that because the voicings of the chords and the way it was performed really gave us enough time to sink back into another transition, still leaving us wondering and how they were going to resolve it. But the fact that they brought that bridge section back into the pre-chorus, and the pre-chorus was straightened out a little bit with that guitar, that phase guitar didn't seem like it was there. I think maybe I didn't put any emphasis on listening to it because then the background vocals got a little richer in the pre-chorus. So this was like masterful voicing for me. Take us from this darker, harder riff, and then it was kind of like punching through a thunderstorm cloud, You know, a little turbulence, and all of a sudden breaks free, and it's all wide open and glassy, and you know, you could see the arch of the world, kind of thing. Oh shit! Here comes all the flat world people. Frick! I just opened myself up. Comment tell the Earth is flat. Sorry, I don't want to get into it. I'm just having fun here. It's all about the music. Leave me out of that conversation. But all that being said, this was a great track. It was a sick track. It was a real raw track. But the scratchiness, I don't know. 2001, I still think was still the era that they were doing things with a DJ. And I don't know if that musician is still an integral part of the band and does other things, but that scratching did sound like the opening vocal pass. There was a little bit of a vocal bit that was happening at the very beginning, and it sounded like they actually sampled that and then kind of scratched that in, kind of a thing. I don't know. That's it. It could be my coffee talking. What do I know? Anyhow, have an absolutely wonderful day. I'm cracking my Patreon list wide open because I can and I want to, and people have been very generous, and I've been going there and hanging out. And the great news is that Patreonathon that I released got such a great response. I'm thinking, well, geez, I should do at least one of those a month, which I'll do starting next week. Drop it on Patreon, let it marinate for a while, and then release it out to the channel. So if you want to come and be my executive producer of the Patreonathon or just support me, go ahead and check that out. Got a ton of videos over there. All right, guys, that's it. You guys have a killer day. I'll talk to you later. See ya!